Hello again. As usual, I have another recipe for you today. How many times have you been to a fast food restaurant and really just loved the chicken sandwich they had? I think we all have. Well, anyway, I'm going to make my version of a homemade chicken sandwich that is just absolutely to die for. So, before we get started, we have to have a spice mixture. Something to put on the chicken so that when it cooks, it will absorb the flavors of the spices into the chicken. So if you look down here, my spice mixture is comprised of salt, black pepper, garlic powder, paprika, onion powder, and red pepper. I've been making this particular spice mixture for about 30 years, and it's really good. And I use it on a lot of different things. If you don't have this, or you don't have any of these ingredients, I'm sure you can go to the grocery store and find some kind of specialized seasoning mix that's already made. And that's fine too. The main thing is finding something you like and sticking with it. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to add about a teaspoon of each one of these ingredients to the container here. And that's about all there is to it. The garlic powder gives it a really good flavor. And it'll come through in your dishes. Paprika is very important because it gives it a color and a very intense flavor as well. So make sure you get plenty of paprika in there. These aren't exact measurements. I don't measure anything exactly, and you'll notice that in my videos. I will hardly ever use a measuring spoon to measure anything because these are done the way I like them, and I've been doing them for a long time. So you'll use a little bit less of the red pepper flakes on that. Anyway, you just take a spoon and stir it up, and it's ready to go. And it's a very good mixture for seasoning anything. Alright, now something we're going to do today is something that most all restaurants do that most people don't know about. The bun is a very important part of a hamburger or any kind of sandwich when you go and buy one in a restaurant somewhere. But I bet you didn't know, or maybe you did. There's some people out there who worked in restaurants, I'm sure. One of the first things they do is they take the bun, when they take it out of the package, and they brown the bun on the insides, and then they put it in a steamer, and they keep it warm in the steamer. Well, we're going to do that today. If you look down here, I have a flat griddle that we're going to use to brown our bun on, and I have a bamboo steamer over some water here. I have brought the water to a boil, and then I've turned it down on low to just keep it a little bit steamy. You might be able to see that. We don't want it boiling over. We don't want a soggy bun. But this will allow the bun to stay ready to go on a moment's notice for a long time. So anyway, when this comes up to temperature, we'll just throw a bun on here, and we'll brown it a little bit. It won't take long at all, and this is just a dry, flat griddle with no oil on it at this point. Alright, so when the griddle gets really hot, you're going to take your bun and you're going to put it inside down for just a second. And you're going to let it get a little bit browned in there and caramelize the inside of the bun. It just takes a minute, and you just want to get it so that it gives you a nice toasted inside. Put it together and then put it in the steamer and let it go for a little while. I'm going to do a couple more of those, and we'll be back in just a minute. Okay, as you can see right here, I have a boneless, skinless chicken breast. You can usually find those at the grocery store marked down really cheap. And what I've done is, if they're thick enough, you can cut these in half. So what I've done is I've cut this in half, and I'm going to pound it out flat and thin. So I have a meat hammer or a meat mallet. Put some plastic wrap over that. Pound this down so that it'll fit your bun and it'll be a really nice chicken patty. All right. And that's probably more meat than you're going to get at any of the restaurants where you buy a chicken sandwich. All right, now, after you've got that pounded out, you want to put your seasoning mixture on there and season the chicken very well. Now, there are several different ways you could cook this. Sometimes you could grill it. You could bread it and deep fry it if you want to be like the restaurants, but this is going to be a little more healthy than that. So you want to season both sides of the meat very well. Turn it over, and I don't put my fingers back into the container with the hand that has been on the meat. Chicken meat is very prone to becoming bacteria filled, so you don't want to do that. And you always wash your cutting board after cooking chicken or pork on the cutting board, or after cutting. All right, now our griddle is ready. I'm going to take a little bit of vegetable oil here and just kind of drizzle it over that so that it will give it a little bit of cooking area that's oiled. And I'm going to take my chicken and put it right on there. Be very careful. It's very hot. And we're just going to let that go for a few minutes on each side. Okay, now you can see how this has been cooking for a few minutes here, and you see how the thing has turned white all the way up to the edge there. That indicates it's pretty well cooked on the bottom. So we're going to turn this real quick and let it go for another couple of minutes on the other side, and it should be pretty well done when we get finished there. All right. So about the same amount of time as it was on the other side. Couple minutes on each side, and then it's done. So then you're going to put this over on this plate aside for a few minutes, and we'll allow that to rest while we prepare the rest. Now, while we have a couple more of those cooking, we're going to take and make a few slices of tomato here. Put a couple of slices on each one, so alright, those are good looking tomato slices there. And we're also going to take a couple of pieces of lettuce here. Tear them down where they'll fit the bun. And that'll do it for now. Alright, now we're ready to assemble one of our chicken sandwiches. So we're going to take one of our buns here. It's nice and steamed. And boy, that is a nice soft bun right there. That explains why when you get a bun and you put it on the gas grill and cook your own hamburger or your sandwich, you know, just as soon as it cools down, the bun's all hard and crunchy and stuff. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of ranch dressing here. We're going to put on the bottom of the bun. Okay. Then we're going to add, just to spice it up a little bit, we're going to add some hot sauce. We're going to put that on the bottom of the bun as well. Alright, now we're ready for chicken patty. take our patty we cooked a minute ago, put that on top of that. Put a piece of lettuce on there. Put 2 tomatoes on that. Now, we'll add a little bit of salt and pepper to the tomato. And a little bit of freshly cracked black pepper. And then to the top bun, we're also going to put some ranch. A little bit more than we did before. A little bit of the hot sauce. Don't want too much, but it's going to be a little bit spicy. And then on top of that, we're going to add a little bit, just a little dusting of ground cayenne pepper for a little more depth of flavor and a little more heat. Put that on there. And we'll serve that with any kind of your favorite chip, potato chips, nacho chip, or whatever. And that, my friends, is a chicken sandwich like none other. And that is the way Gino likes his chicken sandwich.